Today is Thursday, 18th of March 2010, day 6 consecutive now of the Tottenham Court Road's org being protested.
Citizens and shovels of London, this is Anonymous protesting against the cult of Scientology. Scientology is a mind control pyramid scheme. If you are offered a free stress test or personality test on this street, do not be fooled. They don't know what they're talking about. The test is also, more shield guys have left this week, talking about the abuse, talking about the beatings inside the church. If you carry on treating people like this, they will continue to leave. Oh, hi. Do you have a second to talk about the abuse that goes on inside the Church of Scientology? Can you answer the claims that I'm making about ex-members being beaten up by your leaders, by your management? Larry Anderson left because your church management's corrupt. Guys, where's the KSW? There's a lot of fresh meat walking around on the streets. Shouldn't you be trying to offer people one of your tests? And then try and sell them one of your crazy books? A cult that's worked in the United States because for years Scientology harassed and sued the IRS. They're not recognised as a religion in this country because the Charities Commission rightly says they charge their members extortionate amounts of money. So therefore you're not eligible for religious or tax-free status. Sorry guys, unless you make your step 3, which we know is never going to happen because money is your only motive, you're never going to get charity status over here. All the most ethical people on the planet, having over 7.5 million members missing. I would certainly be concerned for them. And if anyone's seen Zeno, please inform us immediately.
Yeah? You have a point. I do know of somebody whose child got involved in that.
Oh, right. What was the end result?
I don't know, but it wasn't good. They lost them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this disconnection policy they have.
An aggression, from what I can see, it's a very aggressive, mind-bending sort of group.
Absolutely.
They go in, they basically harangue people, and they don't leave them alone for a second.
No. Until
they break them down, and then they sort of...
Have you watched any of the old documentaries about Scientology?
I saw one on television, one with a reporter finding lost.
Oh, the John Sweeney one. Yeah.
So you can see why. I mean, they spent about 5 hours just haranguing them.
Oh, yeah.
Doctors were in Nazi concentration.
It's absolutely incredible. And they're convinced by it. There's a famous actor, what's his name, Jason Begay.
Yeah.
He left the church and he was sort of OT5, you know, confirmed the fact you get told the alien story and all this nonsense. Yeah. And he said about the whole thing about their war against the psych industry. But basically they have a war going on against the psych industry, the psychiatry, psychology.
Right. Yeah.
They're convinced, as you said, that they're out to destroy the world. And you know, that exhibit the guy was in is all about that. And this guy said, well, after he left, you know, there's nothing. It just says the sites. There's no specifics. There's nothing like that. But they just take the words of this guy, and it just, you know, he made it a generalisation, and they make it one too.
I take the fact that you're wearing a mask is because, like you've seen on the documentary, they tend to follow people.
Yeah, it's to do with their fair game policy. It'll be kind of, you're given a command and you follow it, and it's that kind of subtle coercion that after a while, plus doing a lot of other things, gets you kind of into their way of thinking.
I think also it's a well-known technique, isn't it, where they don't leave people alone for a moment.
Yeah.
And it's continuous.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cases when people take their own lives, as they're having like sort of 17 missed calls in the hours leading up to their deaths. And obviously when you're inside, you do this thing called auditing and other things where you actually tell them, they'll dig around and find your most personal secrets, and they'll write it all down. So that way, if you ever want to leave, they have a file on you which has more stuff than anyone else knows by yourself, and it's all the kind of stuff you don't want to get out.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have a huge hold and power over people. Would you like a card? We've got a couple of good links there.
They seem to attract a lot of high-profile celebrities.
The science fiction writer who founded it made it a priority for them to recruit celebrities. Obviously, the celebrities will never see any of the abuse. They'll never, you know, witness the disconnection or the prison camps or the beatings or anything like that. And they're kept very much away from come out and leave. And they say, well, everyone was saying it was working at this level, but I just didn't get it. And then you go up the next level, hoping that would be the one, and it just doesn't work. It just nothing amounts to it. So I mean, the celebrities obviously have the easier life due to the fact that they bring publicity, so they're kind of an asset and treated like gods to the church, and also the fact that they bring a lot of money. And because of those two factors, they'll never witness any of the abuse that goes on inside. John Travolta, John's son, was autistic. Now, obviously, they have a big thing about the psychs. They don't recognise any kind of mental disease. If you have something wrong with you, like if someone's schizophrenic, it's not schizophrenia. They need spiritual healing. That's what they consider. They want to replace psychiatry with Scientology. And they're convinced they're going to do it. It's quite sad and funny at the same time. But anyway, they took him off his autistic medication, whatever they were giving him, and the number of seizures started to increase because it was helping. And then it was shortly after that he then had one that actually killed him. And unfortunately, a lot of people were kind of hoping maybe it would be a wake-up call for John, but instead he's gone back to the church. They're offering all this counselling, and it doesn't look like he's going to be leaving anytime soon. So, I'm sure they will. They'll all wake up eventually. Anyway, nice talking to you. Take care.
Prison camps for the Scientologists. We are required to work without speaking to anyone for 16 hours a day, sleeping on floors with cockroaches and spiders. Now, Tommy Davis, the spokesman for Scientology, says that this place is meant to be some sort of luxury retreat. But there are actually barbed wire facing inwards at Gold-based productions, not outwards, because they don't want people to escape, keeping NRH's tech pure if he keeps on changing the definitions. Floating needles, second dynamic. These things aren't what they used to be. Re-releasing the books over and over and having to buy them again, it's amazing. So, are you sure that you have the genuine LRH tech now? Because the basic books, this is issue number 4, and obviously you thought the previous 3 were the correct version. You're not going to have to buy them again, are you? Make sure it's definitely the right tech this time, guys. Or they're going to find more of these scriptures in some sort of warehouse and make you buy it all over. WhyAreTheyDead.info. A long list of people who have lost their lives as a result of this organisation. These people should not have died, not under circumstances they did. Anything like that. Guys, there's one of your newspapers on the floor. This is Out Ethics. Come on, guys. Clear up the planet. No? Okay, I'll help you.
There we go. Clearing the planet, one newspaper at a time. What have we got? We got Elron. Hey, Elron. How's it going? You dropped your paper. Just picking it up for you. I haven't been able to find a bin nearby on this side of the street, so I've put their litter away for further reading. See what kind of rubbish they're trying to sell people. But I think it was a good thing. Does that count as an upstep? If someone picks up something on the streets, I don't know. Protesting against the cult of science.